Caitlin Clark, a former Iowa standout and member of the Indiana Fever, keeps rising to prominence in women's basketball athletics. Clark was selected the Athlete of the Year by Time magazine. Time's Uncontested Athlete of the Year is Caitlin Clark, a WNBA starlet and college wonder. Is this the start of a historic season, or is it a fairy tale ending? In her final season at Iowa, she led the Hawkeyes to their second consecutive Final Four and shattered the NCAA basketball lifetime scoring record. After that, she went pro, and as the top selection in the WNBA draft, Clark won Rookie of the Year, helped the Indiana Fever make their first postseason berth in 8 years, and became the second female athlete to receive the award for Time magazine, after the legendary gymnast Simone Miles in 2021. Clark shares details of her turbulent debut year in an open interview. These 10 facts about the brightest star will make you reevaluate everything you believe to be true, from record-breaking highs to behind-the-scenes lows. During her Time story, Clark did not mince words and gave everything away. From her alleged feud with Angel Reese to league envy when she joined, to her contentious Olympic rejection, and even to Coach Christie Side's dismissal. Stay tuned, because we'll discuss her off-season reflections, her true feelings on WNBA luminaries, and her goals for her sophomore season at the end. Imagine this: Caitlin Clark makes her debut on the WNBA court. Although there are a lot of expectations, her composed manner says a lot. She is prepared to silence the skeptics, and she succeeded in doing so. During his incredible first season, Clark broke an incredible 62 WNBA records. Her already outstanding collegiate career, in which she became the NCAA's all-time top scorer, was followed by this. Clark was changing the rookie record books in every manner possible, from assists to three-pointers, but her influence went much beyond the stat sheet. The entire Indiana Fever team was changed by Clark's incredible play, which also made WNBA games must-see occasions. To accommodate the swarming fans, the Fever had to relocate to larger arenas. A regular season game in Washington attracted almost 20,000 spectators, setting a new league record. The WNBA has been attempting to reach this international level for a very long time, and I believe that is the path they are ultimately taking. It takes a special talent of a certain quality to really truly expand and explode the league from the inside out, and Caitlin Clark is that star. In my opinion, WNBA fans have always been proud supporters and advocates of this league's advances. The sports world was rocked by the Clark effect. Her impact on league revenue was unparalleled, and her jersey sales soared. Is one athlete responsible for over 30% of the league's total revenue? This remarkable achievement is transforming the face of women's professional basketball. Let's go on to Clark's analysis of the most compelling tales from her first WNBA season. There's a lot to be proud of, whether it was, qualifying for the national championship game or bringing the playoffs back to life since 2016. Everything happened so quickly that it's difficult to appreciate and comprehend in the moment, but it's been enjoyable to think back on it. The media created commotion off the court when Caitlin Clark was setting records. Fans and social media were captivated by the story of a purportedly intense rivalry between Clark and Angel Reese. Was this tale, however, too good to be true? In a candid interview with Time, Clark clarified the situation. Dismissing the idea of a competition with Reese, she remarked, "I don't get that at all." She made the obvious clear. Despite not being best friends, we treat each other with a great deal of respect. We have fought some great fights, to be sure, but when have I ever protected her? When did she start protecting me? It's a valid issue that many people missed in the moment. Clark was unfazed by the contentious ring finger and "you can't see me" gestures made during the college game. It wasn't taunting, in my opinion. I really didn't mind, she said. Rather, she was annoyed that their amazing performances were obscured by this manufactured drama. Why don't you discuss their victory or our amazing run, which no one would have predicted we would ever have? It goes without saying that I have played with her for a very long time, and she is an amazing player. So, competing against them has been enjoyable. It has, in my opinion, really benefited the game. People simply adore watching fantastic matches. The message from Clark was very clear. Pay attention to the game rather than the rumors. A lot of people who wanted to have opinions on what was happening probably didn't even watch half the game, she said, criticizing individuals who were stoking the flames. It serves as a potent reminder to honor these players for their abilities on the floor rather than making up drama outside of it. Caitlin Clark of the University of Iowa is selected by the Indiana Fever as the first pick in the 2024 WNBA draft. Clark was quickly affected by the change from collegiate star to WNBA rookie. The obvious distinctions between professional and collegiate ball, they were intense. Her first match served as a wake-up call. Sure, 20 points, but just 3 assists and 10 turnovers. Not the type of record she desired. What was the flow she had learned in college? Lost. Clark said, it was just so choppy the other person's actions were largely unknown. She was discussing a squad and coach who were still getting to know one another and adjusting to her distinct once-in-a-generation style of play. And the defense of the team, very bad, she said. This is where things become fascinating, though. Clark is not one to give up easily. With every game, she gained knowledge. Her coach led her to play her game. Her teammates became more vigilant. And those turnovers, they began to fall. Clark never faltered in his confidence, even on difficult evenings. This is really aggravating, she would remind herself, because I know I'm literally right there being one of the best players in the league. I think I've only touched the surface. I want to keep going to the gym and working on it every day because I feel like there are so many things I want to get better at. Clark's desire is now blazing brightly as she looks to the future. Ready to make her impact on the WNBA, she asserts, I'm just scratching the surface. Are you eager to watch Clark's next performance on the international scene? Prior to the Olympic team being leaked the day before, she felt certain that she would be a member of the team. The craziest thing about American basketball is that up until the day before it was revealed, she was certain she was a member of the team. It's insane. An unforeseen setback occurred in Caitlin Clark's ascent to the top. Clark received startling news from her agent. Despite her impressive 30.7 three-point shooting performance, she was not going to make it to the Olympics. It hurt, but what was Clark's response? Pure elegance. Clark chose to be polite rather than angry. Arguments that she should join the squad for marketing purposes were refuted by her. She added, I don't want to be there because I can draw attention. They believe I'm competent, so I want to be there. I don't want to be a little person who is merely kept on the bench and kind of hauled around for others to applaud. I was a little offended by the entire story since it is unfair. It is demeaning to those who were on the squad, who were excellent and who earned it. It's disrespectful to me as well. Clark even acknowledged her early season difficulties and displayed a great deal of respect for the chosen players, but she was enraged by this setback. After the Olympic break, Clark smashed the league. She broke assists and three-point records, led the team to their first postseason in almost 10 years, led the Fever on a 4-game winning streak, and finished in the top 3 for scoring following the break. Clark's gaze is now fixed on the future. Making the 20-28 team is a huge, huge goal, she said, her resolve evident. This snub at the Olympics, Clark's pursuit of excellence is only getting started, but her journey wasn't always easy, though. Do you recall the eye poke controversy? Please remember to like, subscribe, and enable all notifications if you have watched this far and found the video entertaining. We are grateful that you have taken the time to watch this video. Let's get back to the action. I'm calling her in and telling her that I need answers because everyone else has recognized this angle. In a tense playoff matchup with the Connecticut Sun, Caitlin Clark's incredible season took an unexpected turn. DeJohnette's Carrington unintentionally jabbed Clark in the eye on a routine play, which caused a media frenzy. Clark's response, however, was truly remarkable. Clark gently defended Carrington rather than taking revenge or acting like the victim. She decried the media's attempt to fabricate needless drama and acknowledged the heated nature of competitive play. She showed a side of Clark that many had never seen before by remaining composed in the face of pandemonium. I never thought of that at all. She claims it was intentional. Playing basketball has caused me to get poked in the eye numerous times. It occurs. A gender double standard is exposed in Clark Field's intent debate. Do you believe that if that occurred in the NBA, people would have shown up the following day and asked Tyrese Halliburton if he intentionally poked Steph Curry in the eye? She says, what would you say to the throng of people who believe that a hit like that was deliberate and would even call for a suspension, essentially going back and reviewing the action with your eye? By no way was it deliberate. You just saw the play. It wasn't deliberate. Okay, regards, Caitlin. Regards, Caitlin. In her first season, Clark had to overcome more than just this obstacle. She had previously sustained an eardrum rupture and received an excessive amount of egregious fouls. Nevertheless, Clark never wavered in her respect for her fellow players or her concentration on the game. Although regrettable, the eye poke incident ultimately influenced how the public saw Clark's personality. It demonstrated her capacity to uphold her moral principles and maintain her concentration on the game in the face of difficulty. A distinguishing feature of Clark's freshman season, her poise in this situation demonstrated her maturity on and off the court. Kaylin once again pushed forward by saying, look, I know that my star power has come with a lot of benefits in such a short amount of time, specifically her rookie season, but I also don't want to negate the fact that there was a lot of work done for me to even get to this point. For the league to get to this point, and I'm thrilled to be a member of the team that will support this league's growth and advancement. Kaylin Clark faced unforeseen obstacles on her path to fame. The rookie phenom, who seemed to have it all, made the unexpected remark in a candid interview that she felt like the most controversial person. Her game, demeanor, and personal life were the subject of continual social media discussion and media investigation due to the strong spotlight. Frustrated by the created drama, Clark found herself at the heart of arguments she never requested. Clark used an unexpected tactic to maintain his sense of reality. During the season, I actually avoid social media. She was able to focus on her performance on the court, which was the most important thing, thanks to this self-imposed media ban. Christy Sides, her coach, marveled at Clark's ability to manage the pressure and liken the attention to Beatlemania. Clark's steadfast devotion to basketball was evident throughout. I'm really good at just blocking it out, she said. What people think of me doesn't matter to me. Clark believes that the focus will change as he looks to the future. She wants the discussion to focus on the game rather than the drama that surrounds it. Her point is really apparent. Now let's resume our basketball game. She smashed a ton of records during her debut season and in college. For the Indiana Fever, so much has been achieved. They broke the single-team WNBA home attendance record. In my opinion, the Mystics vs. Fever game had the highest single-game attendance of any WNBA game ever. In a short period of time, a lot of things have transpired because of Caitlin Clark. That was a major topic of discussion when she joined the league, so I really appreciate that she's also getting credit where credit is due. Look, she continued, there's enough love for everyone. I don't understand how you could read this story and not become a fan of Caitlin Clark if you're not already. Caitlin Clark's ascent to fame was accompanied by a welcome boost in self-awareness. As a white person, there is privilege, but I want to say I've earned everything Clark says. A significant number of the league's most talented players have been black. They have served as a sort of foundation for this league. The more we can recognize that, emphasize that, discuss it, and then keep companies and sponsors investing in those players who have made this league amazing, the better, in my opinion. I have to keep trying to make that adjustment. The more we can improve the status of black women, the better. Do you recall Clark's Saturday Night Live appearance? She honored WNBA greats like Lisa Leslie, Cynthia Cooper, and Cheryl Swoops using that enormous stage. For the WNBA, however, it's only one step. Thank you to all of the amazing athletes, including my basketball hero, Maya Moore, Lisa Leslie, Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, and the legendary Dawn Staley. In order for me to enter, these women kicked down the door. For setting the groundwork, I would like to thank them tonight. This instance demonstrated Clark's profound regard for the game's past. Clark maintains her conviction that her success is the result of her hard work and talent, even as she acknowledges her advantages. Clark's point is very clear. Encourage all women, regardless of color, to participate in sports. Using her position, she is advocating for increased funding for the players who have contributed to the WNBA's success. A young celebrity who recognizes that her success is based on the shoulders of giants has taken a strong position. In order to bring about constructive change in the sports sector, Clark highlights the significance of recognizing and showcasing the accomplishments made by black women. Significant organizational change as they enter the big time. Christy Sides was shown the door, and now there is a new head coach, a new general manager, and a new team president. The Indiana Fever were causing a stir behind the scenes as Clark was making headlines. Even their star player was taken aback by the team's choice to appoint Stephanie White as head coach in lieu of Christy Sides. When speaking about the difficulties under Sides' leadership, Clark, who is renowned for being honest, didn't mince words. In reference to the team's difficulties on the court, she said, "We didn't usually have the best game plan back." But now that White is leading, a fresh spirit permeates the atmosphere. When Clark discusses the coach's strategic approach, her excitement is clear.